Ladies and gentlemen, the captain with an update on our progress.
easyJet is now Britain's biggest airline,
Hold on to your hats.
carrying 90 million passengers last year.
Nice face. Grumpy face.
But in 2019,
This is going to be challenging, I think.
times have never been tougher for airlines.
FlyBMI blames rising fuel costs for its collapse.
Staying top dog in these turbulent times
You know, better wet pants than a broken neck.
means flying more passengers
Please don't get drunk on board an aircraft again.
on more flights
There's various things we can't predict.
Retard.
I just broke the wiper.
to new destinations.
Wow. Look at that. Doesn't get much better than this.
And that means hiring a new crop of young pilots
We'll just wait for these two ducks. OK, that's clear. We're clear for takeoff.
who could be flying you to 30,000 feet
Minimum.
sooner than you think
Retard.
over a crucial 6 months.
Relax, 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 relax.
Our cameras have been given unique access inside the cockpit.
Are you from around here?
Bakewell,
Where the
tarts come from.
Did they actually?
You're talking to one.
Following all the highs
God, I can hear everybody clapping.
and lows.
I need first aid.
So buckle up, fold your trays away,
Retard.
and prepare for what could be a bumpy ride.
That was not my finest.
More of us are flying than ever before.
Customers traveling to Marrakesh on easyJet service.
250 million extra passengers will take to the skies this year. But with more and more flights, easyJet will need to recruit another 600 new pilots this year alone. Once qualified, these rookies could start their careers at any one of easyJet's 30 bases across Europe. Today, 47-year-old Stuart Freeman is at Milan Airport for his first day on the job.
I suppose this is the less glamorous side of it, isn't it? In the dark, in the wet.
Only 2 weeks ago, Stuart finished his 18-month training.
Excuse me, where's the main crew room?
And today, he's going to fly paying passengers for the first time.
It feels unreal that you're about to be trusted to fly this 50-ton plane for real.
Good. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Now let it start. You see, this thing is working. Take a flight plan.
Luckily for the passengers, he won't be alone. In the cockpit with him is no-nonsense Swiss captain Thomas Wenger
And I'm happy with the frequency.
So on VHF
1.62.
and safety pilot Julian Lander for added backup.
Normally what happens that all the paper comes to you and you organize the paper theoretically. That's your job. Exactly. Sounds
It's going to be busy.
It's busy. It's busy. It's a busy job.
Stuart has 4 flights today. Captain Thomas will take the first leg to Bari in southern Italy. Then there's a 35-minute flight to Amsterdam and back, which will be Stuart's turn at the controls.
Man, flags SOS. What else to say?
When you start that first day, it is quite a nerve-wracking sensation. Cross climb.
Check.
You don't 100% know what to expect.
500.
As Captain Thomas lands in a very rainy Bari, there's a problem.
Can you check quick if your wiper is working? Mine is gone. There's one just left.
Rain is forecast for Stuart's first chance behind the controls, so it's probably best that they can see where they're going.
Listen, it's India Victor Victor. Yeah, I just broke the wiper.
Can you fly without a wiper?
I would assume at the moment with the heavy rain, no. So
it could be...
could be delay.
Every year, 2% or 11,000 of over 500,000 flights suffer a delay because of technical problems.
Okay, this is now the minimum equipment list here. So basically it says the aircraft is equipped as well with a rain repellent system. So basically it's a chemical fluid you spray on the windshield, and that clears the windshield.
Believe it or not, there is such a thing as a minimum equipment list, which tells pilots which faulty equipment they can safely fly with.
So we use the rain repellent instead of the wiper, huh?
The wiper has cost them an extra 20 minutes on the ground, and they've missed their takeoff slot. Nothing that air traffic control can't handle with a good dose of Italian charm.
They say now the flight is released. That was pretty straight to the point. Okay, anyway, we need to wait a new slot at the moment.
While Stuart and Captain Thomas are stuck on the tarmac,
I just need to find my glasses.
230 miles away at Gatwick Airport,
Oh, I'm sorry, these are my grumpy glasses. I'll find some nicer
they
ones
make you
later.
grumpy?
No, they make me look grumpy. Look at this. Nice face. Grumpy face.
I disagree.
veteran Captain Emma Henderson and 29-year-old First Officer James Toyne are today flying to one of Emma's favourite destinations, Iceland's capital, Reykjavik.
Cabin secure for takeoff.
Thank you.
easyJet flies 500,000 people to Keflavik, Iceland's international airport, every year. Due to its closeness to the Arctic Circle, it's also one of the best places in the world to see the Northern Lights.
Hiya.
How's it going back there? Good. Have we got lots of holidayers on board today?
There's a lot of mixture.
Yeah. No stag do's though.
No stag do's in Northern Ireland.
But seeing the Aurora Borealis on your trip is never guaranteed.
It's clear enough we might see it.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I met a mate one a couple of weeks ago and he said they didn't see anything because it was just too stormy.
You should get a pretty decent view tonight, hopefully, if it remains this way.
Hopefully.
I thought I'd see the Northern Lights a lot more than I do, but, you know, they're frustratingly hard to see.
So apart from the Northern Lights, have you ever seen anything else?
Yeah, I've had some incredibly low shooting stars, but like probably 2,000 or 3,000 feet below us.
Wow.
It was incredible, like right there.
I've seen lots of planets sort of going across the sky. Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn and Uranus. My favourite.
Tonight, luck is not on their side and there's no sight of the lights.
Cabin crew, thank you. Please prepare the cabin for landing.
But on their descent and only 50 miles from the runway,
Oh my goodness, look now.
St Elmo's fire.
Yeah, that's incredible.
a light show of a different kind.
Amazing.
St Elmo's fire is a weather phenomenon caused when a sharp object like the nose of the plane passes through an electrical field in the atmosphere, causing static electricity.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched on the fasten seatbelt signs indicating our final descent.
While it's an impressive light show for those in the cockpit,
At this time, we please ask you to return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
the passengers are completely unaware.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
I really love it. Things that we see that no one else sees.
Cabin crew, that door's clear to open.
Lovely. It never becomes boring. It's always interesting.
Every day, easyJet carries 200,000 passengers. But with more demand and airports full to bursting, easyJet needs bigger planes. 7 meters longer than the current Airbus, and with a whopping 49 extra seats, the new Airbus A321 could help easyJet carry 2 million more passengers a year.
When you were going around outside, it is noticeably longer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
At Gatwick, the team flying the new aircraft today are 26-year-old Senior First Officer Jenny Herbert and seasoned Captain Simon Mathieu.
But I think everybody loves this aeroplane. It's not. It's big. It's stable.
I was told it's really difficult to do a bad landing in it, and I said, well, I might testify to that.
Don't you jinx us. Right, have a look at what you have in front of you. Does that all make sense? Yeah. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Despite having 3,500 flying hours under her belt, this will be the first time Jenny will have flown the A321. First, she'll observe Captain Simon on the outward leg to Rome, and then she'll fly back herself.
Aircraft, that's why we're here, so it's 321.
Yeah.
Defects, nothing being carried, there's nothing on here. Yeah, I think we're ready.
Ground 45 Kilo Hotel, requesting push and start.
But with everyone seated and ready for their Italian adventure...
Hello, Simon. That's okay. Okay, so do we need emergency services? Okay. So we've got a child travelling in a school party. He's got a nosebleed that won't stop. We're going to have to go back on stand. I knew you would be trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain. Well, apologies, we're not going anywhere just yet.
It's back to the stand. This £90 million new jet may be the ultimate flying machine, but today it's been grounded by an Italian teenager's nosebleed.
My only concern now is if we sit with the APU running for too long, we will need more fuel.
The APU is the power unit that runs the air conditioning on the plane. If they keep it running, Jenny and Simon risk adding a refueling delay to their problems.
How do you feel about turning the AP off for a moment? You're such a genius. Definitely going to have to blacklist you. Right.
No, I've been very lucky, to be fair.
Have you?
Yeah.
So it's all going to happen today, then?
If you taxi, some people want to see you. Can you help them that they see you?
Some lights on?
Yes. Which one you want?
Taxi.
Exactly. Which one? Taxi.
In Bari, Italy, after 40 minutes waiting for a slot, Stuart finally takes the controls for the very first time.
Then whenever you're ready, you have control again.
I have control.
With 150 paying passengers on board and a broken wiper.
Okay.
Whenever you are.
Take off. You're right.
Yeah.
After a grade A takeoff, Captain Thomas is letting Stuart attempt his first landing with passengers at Amsterdam.
Am I okay to plug things in here?
Always.
He'll be one of 1,000 pilots landing on Amsterdam's 6 runways today. But this afternoon, the huge airport is covered in cloud. Not the easiest prospect for a rookie pilot attempting his first landing on the job. And word of his big day has spread to the cabin.
It's the first one? Yeah. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me, really? Okay.
I think he's going very good. It's a comfortable.
Once you see the runway, if you have doubts...
any doubts, go around.
No, you say, you have control, okay? I'm here for this, huh? This is my job, okay?
This afternoon, the cloud is so low, Stuart will only see the runway 30 seconds before he lands, giving him just moments to adjust the plane's direction for the runway.
1,000.
Checked. It's a very intense experience. You're flying this 60-ton jet at 150 miles an hour or so towards the ground, and things do happen very quickly.
500.
Stable. Checked.
Visual.
Visual. That is the point where it does feel very real, and you know that you're not in a video game.
100 above. Minimum.
50% landing. Keep the nose in the wall. Slow correction, slow correction.
The nose is too high.
50, 40.
If he doesn't correct it, Stewart and his 150 passengers could come down very hard.
30, 20. Retard, retard.
At Amsterdam Airport,
50, 40, 30.
new pilot Stuart Freeman is attempting to safely land his 150 passengers.
20. Retard, retard.
But he's misjudged the angle of the plane.
10, 10.
Good eye of control.
Priority left. Retard, retard.
With seconds to spare, Captain Thomas has taken control to execute a safe landing. It's not the start Stewart would have wanted, but passenger safety comes first.
Tired?
Yes, that was hard work.
Let's debrief this quick. At 200 feet, we fly towards?
The aiming point.
Did you fly to the aiming point?
Can't remember.
You drifted high, then came eye of control, huh?
Yes.
Because then we stopped to fly the aircraft, and the aircraft started to drift off.
Stewart has at least 50 more flights with a training captain, so he's got time to perfect his landing.
The very last bit of the landing wasn't quite right, so Thomas took over on the last sort of 20 foot or so. We're tired now, it's been a fairly intense day.
An easy 4-5 kilo hotel.
Still stuck at Gatwick, First Officer Jenny Herbert is meant to be flying easyJet's new extra-long plane for the first time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain here. I'm very sorry we've had to return to the stand, so 2 passengers will leave us.
A poorly Italian student and his teacher have had to disembark.
DHL Gatwick Golf uniforms with a Mike Alpha.
But they still can't leave.
We need 2 bags offloaded. Any idea when the loaders are going to arrive?
Both passengers had bags on the plane, and the flight can't take off with them in the hold.
It all depends on how quickly the ground handlers can get to us to get their bags out of their hold. So at the moment we're unsure of the delay, but hopefully it won't be too much longer.
They're on their way, so they are on their way.
They've been stuck on the tarmac for 30 minutes, and with the air conditioning turned off, it's now getting uncomfortably hot.
Okay, I'll stick it on.
A passenger is starting to panic in the cabin, so Jenny ventures out.
Are you a bit nervous? It's okay. It's very safe.
Until they get the bags removed, nobody's going to be saying arrivederci to Gatwick. 200 miles north is John Lennon Airport in Liverpool. It's an important base for trainees who want to become fully fledged pilots.
Cool, welcome everyone to your base training. How are you feeling? Excited?
These cadets are at the final stage of their course and soon will be flying a passenger jet for the very first time.
It's a big day for you, I realise that, but it's an absolute privilege to be with you and sharing this first day.
After 18 months learning to fly in light aircraft and in the flight simulator, today they'll be tested on their takeoff and landing skills.
So, Steph, you and me?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. This is it. This is your day to enjoy a little bit.
Amongst the trainees is 31-year-old Steph Byrne.
You're allowed to smile, you know, Steph. It's meant to be fun.
The only passengers today will be her fellow cadets, and watching every move in the cockpit is training captain Rob Baltrop.
Thanks, left-hand circuit clear, takeoff 270s. All right, you happy?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
I grew up in Gateshead. It was my mum and my sister and me. Me and my sister were told we could do anything we wanted to do as long as we worked and paid for it.
Ready?
I certainly am. Are you?
Yeah.
I used to work my absolute socks off just to pay for 20 minutes in an airplane.
Although you only need 5 GCSEs to become a pilot, you will definitely need up to £120,000 to pay for it, and the selection process can be tough.
My debt in total probably is more than £70,000, I imagine. It's a lot of money.
So start your descent now. Remember, you've got to anticipate that 3 degrees. So don't drift. So yeah, we're just a little bit less than 3 degrees.
Yeah.
Reset 3 degrees, reset 3, keep
50,
coming down, keep it coming, keep it coming.
40, 30,
Flare, now.
20, retard, retard.
Relax, 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 relax. Okay, out of control.
You have control?
The nose of the plane is too high.
Retard.
Captain Rob takes over and brings the aircraft into a climb to stop the tail hitting the runway.
Gear up.
Yeah.
Up. Okay. Just gonna select 170. You okay?
Yeah.
We'll get there, mate. We'll get there. Don't be disheartened. Not a problem. Don't let it annoy you. You're thinking about it too much.
If Steph fails the final stage of the training, it will mean going back to the flight simulator. At Gatwick,
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. A very warm welcome on board this easyJet flight.
Captain Emma is back on her favourite route to Iceland. This time with First Officer Benjamin Collins.
Where did you meet your girlfriend?
While I was training.
Oh, okay.
It's better.
So, absolutely, completely off the record. Is she a keeper? Are you going to marry her? Or are you not going to answer me?
Right, it's Benny.
Yeah, Steve, just checking how you are.
Saved by a call from the cabin.
Just to make you aware, we have one gentleman who's a little bit too much to drink. The passengers next to him said he's a little bit over-friendly.
Sounds like Emma's not the only one getting to know the person next to her.
Okay.
Okay, then. Oh, I thought I'd just let you know in case anything blows up.
Fantastic, thanks.
Alrighty. Okay.
See you in a bit. Cheers, bye.
What's the story? Your radio.
There's a passenger that's had a bit too much to drink, so they stopped serving him. He just wanted to let us know in case it escalated any further.
What did he say? The passengers around him and said he's friendly, is he?
Just overly friendly.
Okay.
Whilst many enjoy an in-flight tipple,
Cabin crew, thank you. Prepare the cabin for landing, please.
being drunk on a flight is a criminal offence.
Spoilers. Reverse screen.
And it's something captains like Emma will not tolerate.
Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 Thank you. So you've had a bit of trouble, have you?
No, we just calmed him down. He's frightened of flying.
Is okay.
Too much to drink.
Sorry that you had to put up with that, and thank you for dealing with it so well. Excuse me, sir. Can I just stop you for a moment? Can I just let you know, it is actually an offence to be drunk on board an aircraft. So we've been quite lenient with you now. But if you drink that much when you fly back, you risk.
I think I've been all right though, haven't I?
Well, it's just the amount of alcohol you've had to drink. It's just, I'm glad you've had a good time, and I'm only letting you know. We don't need to hug, but you can.
I know you're a captain, that can hug.
We can hug. Okay, go and have a good time. But please don't get drunk on board an aircraft again. But behave yourself. It's always so much more than flying the plane.
The view's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing.
Cadet Steph Byrne is flying above Liverpool on the final stage of her flight training.
Are you happy, Steph?
Yeah.
You should be happy.
I just annoyed myself.
Don't worry.
She's now completed 6 landings, but only 3 were good enough.
So start your descent now. Remember, you've got to anticipate that 3 degrees. So wings level now. Get yourself on the sense line.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.
Better.
Better? Brilliant, Steph.
That's more like what I would expect.
On her 7th attempt, Steph finally makes it through.
Well done. Congratulations. That was brilliant. That was really, really good. Everything's good. I'm happy. You happy?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Then we're done. Congratulations.
Her next flight will be with paying passengers, where she'll have to get it right first time. At Gatwick Airport, it's meant to be First Officer Jenny's first flight in the A321 with Captain Simon, but they haven't even left the tarmac.
Oh, I'm just having a lovely evening.
A sick passenger has left the plane, and they're now an hour behind schedule.
Right. Excuse me.
Captain Simon decides it's time to break out the emergency rations.
Open the Percy Pigs. You need the sugar boost. Right. Where's my... There's Percy Pigs in the flight deck if you need some sugar. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening. The good news is we've found the 2 bags. I'm trying to sort out a tug, which we need to push the aircraft back again. When we find this tug, we'll be on our way.
The £90 million A321 is crammed with state-of-the-art technology. But like all aircraft, there's one thing it can't do: reverse. Unless Captain Simon and First Officer Jenny get the help of a tug, no bigger than a farmyard tractor, flight easyJet won't be going anywhere.
Hello there, Simon Match here on Mike Alpha at Gatwick. How are you? I need to get the kettle on, I'm parched. You've got all your paperwork, haven't you?
30 minutes later, and finally the tug arrives.
Let's do the before start checklist. Now that it's kind of calming down.
Well, I've got a perfect figure.
Yeah. In fact, I think you should do it with 3.
See if we can get further this time.
Yeah, get past starting just 1.
Checked. Start set.
90 minutes after they last set off for the runway, they're finally taking off for Rome.
Last climb.
You're up.
Safely in the air, at last everyone can relax.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're capped in with an update on our progress. Well, for those of you on the left-hand side, before I continue, it's worth pointing out we have a lovely view of Paris. And if you look directly beneath us, you can even see the Eiffel Tower that's very clear tonight. And here we are, sat, just becoming stable now.
With Rome in their sights, Captain Simon demonstrates how to land the longer plane.
It's just trying to keep that scan going as usual, and just making small, tiny movements to correct for it.
EZY 8257 finally touches down in Rome, 90 minutes behind schedule.
Apologies, we were behind the schedule.
While the passengers can get home to their warm beds, for Captain Simon, it's a different matter.
I won't phone her, I'll just send her a message. Otherwise, she'll lock me out of the house.
For the crew, there's 50 more passengers than usual to disembark.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. See ya.
Thank you, bye-bye. Yes, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye now.
I can't do 235 bye-byes.
That's a lot of people to say goodbye to.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Yes, thanks.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Cool. All right, let's do it.
Captain Simon and First Officer Jenny are in Rome, preparing to head back to Gatwick after an eventful outbound flight made them rather delayed.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening. Captain speaking. My name's Simon Match here. We're running, about an hour and a half late. At Gatwick, we had a very sick passenger bleeding rather profusely. How we doing?
Yeah.
Right, so your turn.
Unbeknownst to the passengers, this is 26-year-old Jenny's first time at the controls of the A321.
No TAMs, a few taxiways closed.
Yes.
They're not going to affect us on the way out. The aircraft, 321. Nothing wrong with it. Yep.
Jenny will need to take the plane's extra long body into account when taking off to make sure she doesn't hit the tail on the runway.
A bit sluggish to get off the ground, keep it coming, and through 10 degrees you'll have to reduce some of the pressure. There we go. Positive climb. Yeah. Up.
Whilst Jenny concentrates on launching the 45-metre plane into the air, in the cabin, the passengers are still in holiday mode.
We've been to Rome. It was my 21st birthday when we were there.
Us two went for a romantic getaway, and this guy third wheel. Tag along.
Literally.
Third wheel.
No friends, no plans. I thought Rome might as well.
Would you like anything? I'm going to get coffee.
Yeah, I'd have a cup of tea.
Yeah,
please,
okay.
yeah.
The A321 cockpit has over 900 controls, monitoring every aspect of the aircraft.
Interesting. It's popped up.
Yeah, what have we got?
But one of these is flashing red.
So, we've got a flight control flap system.
That doesn't sound good.
Let me see if I can find anything in here. So, flight control, flap, system 1 fault.
All planes have control flaps. Yes, that's the technical term. They're used to help slow down the plane when coming into land, so quite useful.
Now, if the other one fails, then it ends up becoming significantly more exciting. Because then we're doing a flapless landing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it won't come to that.
So usually I would say no, but after today I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
1,000 miles northwest, Cadet Steph Byrne is in Manchester, preparing for her first flight with passengers.
Really excited for today. This feels like it's been a long time coming. This is a great feeling. Do you want 7-ton fuel or 7.1?
7 will be absolutely fine, thank you.
She's in the cockpit with training captain Simon White.
Please, can you tell me the trip fuel?
What's that?
Please, can you tell me the trip fuel?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course I can.
But it's Steph who will be taking off and landing the plane today.
You happy, Steph? You all right? We
yes,
can always slow it down, don't worry.
As can be.
I think today's just hold on to your hats and just get through it.
Trainees must complete their first 12 flights with a safety pilot sitting behind them to step in if something should go wrong. Bound for Paris, today's passengers are feeling the magic.
We're going to Disneyland.
Ready?
Yep.
Right, take off.
After her struggles during the training flights, Steph's hoping she can deliver a fairy tale ride.
Uh, 340 blue, direct to Welling, with or without beam?
Without, please. Sir.
Thank you so much.
45 minutes when we're there. Cheers, bud.
I'll make it as smooth as I can.
Captain Emma Henderson is back in Iceland.
Trying to work out how to turn the first officer's torch on at the moment. Yay! We have
She's preparing for a nighttime flight back to Gatwick.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening to you all, and a very warm welcome on board this easyJet flight. My name is Emma Henderson. It's my pleasure to be your captain on board the flight this evening, and my lovely colleague Ben has the pleasure of flying you back to Gatwick with a flight time of 3 hours.
So far on her Iceland trips, Emma's seen St Elmo's fire and a drunken passenger, but still no northern lights.
There's one more thing to mention, which is that the northern lights are forecast to be quite strong tonight. Enjoy the flight and speak to you soon.
Back on 1, cabin is secure for takeoff.
No changes.
Perfect. Positive climb.
6,000 Magenta.
Checked. So I've been very, very good in having some salad. I'm just becoming aware that as I get older, it's not getting any easier to stay fit and healthy.
While the flight crew relax into their journey...
Because I love Bounties. That's my favourite chocolate in the crew food.
They're always left over as well, aren't they?
In the cabin, the passengers are poised for what promises to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I came to Iceland just to see the Northern Lights. And then when we get into the plane, the girl was like, you might see them on the plane. So it's very exciting.
But honestly, we've been hunting for a couple of days and it was really hard to see it. It's something so magical and mystical about it. It's just like pure magic, to be honest. And no one really understands why they are happening.
What do you think our chances are then?
50-50?
30 minutes into the journey, however, and there's nothing but darkness outside. But then...
There it is, I think. In fact, it definitely is. Absolutely, definitely.
Oh, wow.
Definitely there. Oh, my God, it's amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. If you look to the left-hand side of the aircraft, there is a streak of quite bright green just showing on the left-hand side of the lens, so I hope you enjoy that. You're welcome.
We're very lucky to see this, because, I mean, you do get it sometimes, but we're very lucky to see it quite like this.
That is pretty impressive.
You can see them. And I thought I would like make it come true maybe when I was older. So being able to see it at 22, that's like I think the best way to close the trip.
Lucky us.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, retard.
Ground spoilers, reverse green, decel, bada boom. Lovely job.
Did you enjoy it?
It was a beautiful shape.
It was a massive treat, and if I never see it again in my life, I'm literally so happy. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Lovely to meet you.
And you take care. Bye. I think some people would say it's always an experience they'll never forget flying with me.
Flaps 3.
Speed check, flaps 3.
180 miles away, 31-year-old rookie pilot Steph Byrne
Flaps 4.
Speed check, flaps 4.
Landing checklist.
is on the return leg of a flight to Paris. She's moments away from touching down in Manchester.
Cabin.
Secure for landing.
Quarter thrust.
Speed.
In her final assessment, she struggled and had to make several attempts to nail a good landing.
Obviously can't see a runway yet, be coming in very shortly.
Today, with paying passengers on board, she'll have to get it right first time.
If the landing's not quite perfect, I instantly beat myself up because I want to be great at this job.
Here we go.
Happy for manual control?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I have control.
Concentrate, you see, you could get that nose down onto the flight director.
Minimum.
So you've got your aiming point,
yeah.
So it's just minor corrections now. Coming down.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, retard.
Good. Grab the spoilers. Spoilers, reverse green, reset. There you go, well done.
Steph executes a near-perfect touchdown.
Well done, Steph.
Much to the relief of her passengers.
Oh God, I can hear everybody clapping.
This is a cool job. You know, you're flying a metal tin can through the air at 300 miles an hour. You don't get a cooler job than that. I just love it.
Congratulations.
And thank you for coming along. Really, really chuffed.
She's done really well, hasn't she?
Was it all right at the back as well?
It was. It was great. I love that.
Oh,
Well
I can
done.
like sigh of relief now.
Steph may be on the ground, but Captain Simon and First Officer Jenny are on their way back to Gatwick, flying over France, and a warning light has started flashing. The flaps, which slow the plane down when coming into land, may not be working on one wing.
One previous occurrence, 8 legs ago.
It's highly unusual, and they suspect that the warning is a false alarm, but they won't find out for sure until they actually come into land.
So we will come in nose high.
Yeah.
The scenario that's not ideal in a 321. As pilots, we always plan for the worst and aim for the best. So we're the ultimate pessimist. So with that, you are always thinking about the what if. And you can have months or even years without anything happening, and then it all comes at once. They're not available. Autopilot 1 and 2 is both flat channels fault. So it's not a good day.
First Officer Jenny and Captain Simon are mid-flight from Rome to Gatwick. It's the first time Jenny's flown this longer plane, and they don't know if one wing flap is working.
Obviously, if the weather is rubbish, then it craps out.
When you're at minima and your nose high.
Then,
But it won't be doing that.
So they need to perform a manual landing, and for that they need good visibility. But Gatwick's too cloudy, so Jenny and Simon need to find a backup airport.
Stansted's overcast 300, Cardiff broken at 100, so we won't be going there.
Unfortunately, low cloud is blanketing much of the UK.
Nice is nice. Lyon is nice.
The alternative airports are miles away from Gatwick, but Jenny and Simon are not going to worry the passengers just yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from the flight deck, your first officer, Jennifer Herbert, with a quick update for you. Making your progress now, we're currently cruising at 36,000 feet, which is just under 11 kilometres high. Should be landing in approximately an hour and a half.
what's the best one there then?
Birmingham.
So the advantage with that though is it does keep us in the UK.
Yeah.
And we can coach everybody.
But with only 30 minutes to landing.
Hello. What's going on here? I've got something else printing out now as well.
Jenny and Simon get a weather update from easyJet Control Centre.
Oh, there we go. It's broken at 6 now. It's all right.
It's glorious.
It's good news. The clouds have lifted just in time for Jenny to make a manual landing at Gatwick.
6,000 metres rain, broken 600. So we should be able to sit nice and early with 600, so it's fine.
But until she's in the middle of her descent, Jenny won't know for sure if that wing flap is working.
It would take flap to nice and early. We'll almost expect it, so then if it comes, we just know that we just need to configure a little bit earlier with it. It's not a problem.
Pilots are trained to land planes even if a wing flap isn't working.
Flight rate 0 blue.
Checked.
Meridian.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing. Shame it's so dark.
Yeah.
1,000.
Let's go flaps 2.
So, see if they work.
It's the moment of truth.
It's a very dynamic situation. You never know what's going to happen. And there are a lot of people's lives in your hands, and actually that's a huge responsibility.
That was a moment, wasn't it?
Okay, so they are moving. That's fine.
500.
Checked.
The flaps may be working okay, but she still has to land the longer plane for the first time and in lashing rain.
If you're not happy about anything, do call it out, yeah?
Okay, so should we go gear down?
Yeah.
100 above.
Trying to keep that scan going.
Minimum. $50, 40, 30, 20. Retard, retard.
Jenny's had sick passengers, long delays, bad weather, and a faulty warning light to deal with. Despite all of that, she pulls off a textbook landing.
Cool. How was that?
Yeah, good.
It's been a difficult day with the A321, but there are no hard feelings.
Thank you, bye-bye. Thank you, bye-bye. Thank you, good night. It's really nice to fly. It's much more stable than the other aircraft, so it's really nice. It was really good.
Very well done. Followed instruction well.
Good night. So bye-bye.
We get to do it again tomorrow.
Next time.
Wow. Did you see that? That was massive, like straight ahead of us.
Female passenger. She's feeling faint. She's thrown up.
She doesn't look quite right to me.
It's windy, isn't it? We've got some big crosswinds. This is going to be challenging.
40, 30, 20.
Spoilers.
I'm just glad to be alive.
Love, love, love that show. Don't miss the final one of the series next Thursday evening at 9. It's a bold series of scientific experiments to delve deep into the way children experience life across Britain and the world today. It's new, it's called Planet Child, and you can see it on ITV Hub.